Stuff is amazing. Duke Cannon, hi.
We're not sponsored.
No, but I want to be. Duke Cannon's pretty expensive.
You know who should sponsor us? League of Legends. No.
Oh, we would lose.
Raid Shadow No.
We would lose what we have. Sellouts.
If Shields wouldn't mind doing it, which is a sportsman's store.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking put some deodorant on. I can smell your shit from over here.
What are you talking about? I put on a clean shirt for this.
Okay. No, I can smell your armpits, sir.
No. I use Duke Cannon.
Sponsor us.
I literally have everything I have is Duke Cannon. Like, I have their solid bar of the Buffalo Trace stuff. I even have the liquid. I've got their Buffalo Trace beard balm, beard oil, beard wash, shampoo and conditioner. Butter? I mean, what the hell happened?
Oh, I'm right here.
Yeah, but like, it just freaked out on me. Yeah, and then it switched my fucking audio. That's weird.
Yeah, you're not coming through on the other side. I can still hear myself.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird.
You look like one of those AT&T sales.
Thank you for calling Dell customer support. This is Todd. How can I help you?
Todd.
Todd.
We would. Can you imagine us as sales representatives on a
No, I said click on the left button. I'm not being short. I'm being direct.
Sir, if you remove the dildo from your mouth, I can hear what you're saying. And
are you eating peanut butter or a cock?
Something nutty. And start the intro. That would suck.
I like how you start on something nutty and it's just people shooting. It's not even people, it's just me. I gave you footage of 2 people and you just used me. we gotta update that soon. I gotta get you up north, man. You liked it up there.
There are some things down south that I much prefer rather down up north.
You liked it up here. Well,
I don't like being around a liberal city or a liberal town much.
Hey, my town is not liberal.
Well, majority up north is. You forgot.
No, I didn't forget. Fucking Pennsylvania's right next door.
Yeah,
fucking poor Pennsylvania. Poor Pennsylvania.
It's they called it the blue curtain.
I mean, yeah, but I want to know who the fuck voted John Fetterman in. He was talking about. I saw him on the news. He was talking about the fucking the auto strike.
By the way, you're coming through with your computer mic rather than your headset mic. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. It took it right out, didn't it? Fuck. All right, we're gonna have to start over, I guess. Because just for some reason, the computer's not reading it. I can see it.
Technical difficulties.
See,
We're only on episode. Like 50 something.
yeah, but this is just what happens when I'm not next to my actual
Yeah, let's continue on with it.
headset.
Now with it.
Fuck it, we'll send it. I'll just talk loud. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is the first time I've done this off this laptop, so I can hear you, but it's not like it's not showing up that I should be using this. I have no idea why.
So, if your neighbors randomly hear you say stupid shit,
I don't really care. I'm not going to be here that long. I've literally got 5 days left in Florida.
can't wait.
I miss my bed. I miss my bed.
Was your bed sleeping on stiff as shit?
Well, for a couple nights, like I had a hotel room for like the first 2 or 3 nights. I think it was 2 nights. I had a hotel room like last week. The first 2 nights here at this house that I'm cleaning and packing, I was actually sleeping on an air mattress, and I was like, "Fuck!" There's 2 mattresses in the back room. I got up one night, grabbed a fucking mattress, brought it out here in the fucking kitchen because it was cool. The kitchen's pretty much clean, so I brought it out here, set my computer up with the TV, hooked my HDMI cord in, sat on this fucking really comfortable mattress, and played fucking Starfield for 3 hours and fell asleep. I've been on an actual mattress this entire week, finally, but it's not. It's a single, you know, or it's a twin, I guess. My bed is a king size bed. There's no substitute for a king size bed.
Have you sidecarded yet?
No, because I don't want to have to clean it up. I'm already cleaning the house as it is. The less mess, the best.
The hotel, you don't clean up. Isn't there a maid that does that in the hotel?
Well, see, they had king size beds, and
for those of you that don't know what sidecarding means, sidecarding means is that you either get into a guest room or the side that you're not sleeping on in the bed, and you kind of lean on your side and just stroke it. That's what sidecarding is. You're laying on the edge on your side, and then you come.
I thought it was something completely different.
No, you come off the side of the bed. That's what sidecarding means, because you're on the side.
I thought you rolled over and just shit off the bed. I thought it was the other end.
No, it's the other side.
I've been doing it wrong. No wonder I always get
it off your bed.
No wonder I always get an extra bill when I stay at hotels.
I can see you doing the side cart going, Jordan.
No, I'm not going to say it. It's too soon. It doesn't stay in the air. It doesn't stay in the air. It doesn't stay in the air. It falls right down.
Depends upon
the shit, not the helicopter.
Oh, fuck.
No, I feel bad. I do. I feel bad for that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a piece of shit.
That's why I went straight to Jordan to set you up for success. And then you just said, "Fuck this shit."
I went right into. You know what I was going to say. I went right into the.
Yeah, you did.
The side of the. Thank God, I'm a piece of shit. Is it too soon? Is it?
And this is the episode to where you want to share with your friends. To go to show that we're really, truly pieces of shit.
Yeah, we're not getting monetized for this one, but
well, yeah.
I've already fucked it up for the both of us.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, no, technically I didn't say it.
You referenced it.
I mean, it was implied.
So, for the YouTube algorithm person that watches this and all this shit, this is just edumacation. Okay?
There's something on my nail. Sorry.
We are We are not instructing people on how or which way to do the side cart.
I was going to say I'm not a helicopter instructor.
My last day on Earth, I hate it. I hate it here.
Fun fact, 98% of all monkeys can't fly helicopters.
One random weird question. Do you think grandmas masturbate?
Oh my god.
And if they do,
I'd like to think so, because one day me and my wife are going to get older.
If they do, does it come out as normal stuff, or does it come out as powder?
Well, I think that would depend. Not the diapers. If it's been a while, probably. If not, like if they're active still, it's probably the same. Can we get off the? This is horrible.
I'm looking for my vibrator.
Oh my god, no. I mean, I'm going to get older one day though, so
I can tell you.
I'll get there before you do.
Possibly. I can see you looking at Evie with a walker and saying, "Hey girl, you want to go to Pound Town and a blackjack?"
Wow, that was rough. That was rough.
Let me get a shot of my medicine, my vitamins, and I'll be ready.
You'd be a horrible old person. If that's how you think old people talk, you'd be a horrible old person.
But I still have my teeth in. That's why I don't sound exactly like them.
I mean, some of them have teeth.
Yeah.
May not be theirs, but like some of them have teeth, I'm sure. They can't all be munching on tapioca pudding. Like, save some for the rest of us, Susan. Over there gumming away. Over there gumming away at it.
Yeah, Billy Bob.
Fucking nursing home are you in?
I'm going back World War II era.
World War II. That's funny.
So apparently now,
did you hear?
I'm gonna start the topic here.
Go ahead.
Apparently now there is a little scare as to bringing back the pandemic. Did you hear about this shit?
Okay. Yeah, like, how do you just decide it's a pandemic again? How do you bring back a pandemic?
I don't know.
I want to say something, okay? The last 3 years, I've not worn a mask. Guess what? I've been around dozens of people in hundreds of places. I haven't gotten COVID. Now, mind you, I got my first 2 shots, and the only reason I got them, I didn't agree with them. And I fought my wife on this. Not fought like we literally argued, but it was like, it was a topic of conversation several times before I got the shots. My wife has Crohn's disease. So, naturally, her autoimmune system is shit. Anyway. So, she is more susceptible to getting COVID. And she brought that up, and that was a point of understanding for me. She made a very good point, so I did. And I only got the 2. I haven't gotten any boosters. I haven't gotten any updates. I haven't gotten it again. I got it. Nothing happened. I got tired. I think the second one I got tired. I've been okay. I have not worn a mask because if I got vaccinated, why can't I wear a mask? Kind of defeats the purpose. Why am I getting vaccinated and still have to wear a mask? I think that's kind of dumb, so I stopped wearing a mask. Never gotten COVID. My wife got COVID. My stepson got COVID. I was around her took care of her, fed, made food for her, helped her with her medicine, slept in the same bed with her, and cuddled with her because she was whining. Never got COVID. So, it is what it is.
But what do you think about these people that have taken the shots and have the medical issues that they had, like heart attacks and all this stuff?
So, I'm not a doctor by any means. I'm not a real one or the other kind, for any matter. So, I haven't seen any evidence that shows that there's a link. I have seen videos of people talking about, getting the COVID shot and then going into like a seizure or a fit of some kind on like TV and shit. There was a comedian, I can't remember her name, but I just saw the video a few days ago. She was talking about, she's like, I got the shot and I'm fine, and she, bam, hit the fucking ground.
Girl, right?
The blonde chick, right? Amanda something, maybe?
Oh no,
Tiffany something?
I saw is about the comedian, the female lady that took all 5 Moderna, all that shit. She was trying to do a twerk and then stood back up and passed the fuck out.
I haven't seen that one
on stage.
But I did see another female comedian on stage. She was talking about it, and I can't remember the entire clip, but I know she hit the ground and bap, and she was out, just kind of like rigid and stiff. But
it might be the same one.
It's possible. It was on Instagram or Twitter the other day. I think it was Twitter though, or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm still going to call it Twitter because that's what it is. I don't care. X just sounds stupid. It sounds like I'm looking at a porn site.
Oh, by the way,
I was on X.
He's getting away. He's, from what I've heard, and this is just rumor, that Elon Musk is apparently just getting rid of Twitter as a whole.
I don't know how old the video is that I saw today, but he was talking about having everyone pay a small fee, regardless if it's me or you, paying a small fee to use the platform. And I'm okay with that because if it combats bots, that's fine. I mean, if I've got to pay $4 or $8 or $16 to be able to use my freedom of speech in an open manner, where my opinion is either A, valid to someone else or invalid to someone else, that's fine. But I kind of think that Elon Musk is doing more than our own government to protect our right for freedom of speech.
Yeah. And then here's a question that I can kind of see coming up. Why should we have to pay for our freedom of speech?
So, now, I'm going to try to explain it as he did. The cost of making an internet-based bot, we'll say, is the 10th of a penny. Mm-hmm. If a verified user, i.e. a human user, for example, me or you, actually pays for our subscription, we're able to use that platform. Whatever company or entity that is making these bots, while they can make a bot, they can't access that platform without spending that money, which makes their purpose null and void. A bot's purpose on Twitter is for generating views. A bot account will post something based on an algorithm it recognizes through Twitter, through your feed, I guess. So if you interact with a bot account, you're generating revenue for them. If they can't be verified through that payment, they can't be brought in, which could... it sounds kind of contradictory, but it can't spread misinformation on a broader scale. Because you can get a bot account that says Joe Biden has done great things for the economy and the border and immigration and healthcare, And it could be absolute lies, but you have 30, 40, 50,000 bot accounts that are generating this kind of bullshit, for lack of a better term, and then those entities are gaining money. It depends on the price.
What does that do for fact checkers, those little fact checker things?
I can't say that I know that one. I think the fact-checking kind of bullshit is biased anyway, whether it's a bot or a human just making a couple $100 a week, just being a trolling asshole.
And I'm going to sound kind of uneducated here for a second. I have no idea if a fact-checker classifies as a bot or not. So that's why I asked, is because for those of you that don't know, I have no idea if a fact checker would classify as a bot or if it's a company-owned thing.
I don't know much in the way of the world of bots for computers. It wasn't something that was a thing that when I started dealing with, computers. Not that I know of. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, but I never bothered with the intricacies of it. As far as like the whole Twitter subscription thing, depending on the price, like if it's like $25, I don't have $25 that I want to spend every month just to use a platform. But if it's like $16, that's a little more reasonable. I mean, it's apples to oranges you're comparing at that point. But I think it's a good idea. If it works, it works. If it works, it's not stupid.
Yeah, because here's the thing. There's a difference between throwing stuff at a wall and see what sticks and then actually hatching out a plan that could possibly help out situations of like hackers, bot accounts, and all that stuff. I wish they would have do something for like that on Twitch. But anyways,
get rid of the bots on Twitch. That'd be nice.
Yeah. And COD.
Do you still play COD?
I gotten back into it a little bit.
I'm still standing down on that one.
Yeah, it's because it's like I'll say this. For a person's right, they should not be reprimanded for their beliefs in the sense of what Nick Merckx has. But the same thing is where if your friend's enjoying the game, then fucking enjoy the game, For my side, if you enjoy the game with your friends, you by all means play it. But no means should I think that just because he has a certain belief, he should be canceled out of a game or certain thing. Because, I can disagree with some of these people, but they're not going to be canceled. I wouldn't dare cancel them.
Yeah,
it's it's ridiculous.
No, I understand that Call of Duty is a juggernaut as an entity itself. I've fallen out of it. I'm not the best player. I'm all right, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't rack up big kill streaks and shit. So it's not like it's a game that ever. I don't know. I guess I'm more of an RPG player.
Yeah.
And so I always have been because the first real games that I got into were RPGs back on the old PlayStation. Final Fantasy. RuneScape on PC. WoW back in the day. Mm-hmm. Diablo, I still play. Well, I bought Diablo 4, stopped playing as soon as Starfield came out. Skyrim is an RPG. Oblivion, Morrowind. Morrowind, I guess, really Xbox, PlayStation.
I don't know why I thought of this game as soon as you mentioned those games, but DOA.
Dead or Alive?
Yeah.
No, that's the old fighting game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good game.
But was it the volleyball one?
Yeah, there's been plenty of teenage boys who jerked off to that game.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, great physics.
But also at the same time, you're talking to a dude that fell in love with Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Tomb Raider's triangle titties herself, yeah. No, I mean, there was another one too. Virtual Fighter. Virtual Fighter. Yeah, when it got more like realistic and not polygony from like the 64 version.
For you.
I might have an answer.
More, the most recent Mortal Kombat movie or the 1995 version?
Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat movie?
No, not in entirety.
I haven't seen it either. I don't know if I want to. It's one of those. It's one of those ones that kind of should have been left alone. I have a few movies that are like that. I hear they're trying to remake The Goonies, which I think
that would be a classic, though.
No, The Goonies is already a classic. The Goonies is already a classic, and I don't think it's one. I don't think it's a movie that could be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a movie that could be matched as far as already being a cult classic.
Okay, and the next question: Tekken or Street Fighter?
Tekken.
There you go. What if they did the same thing to Tekken as they did to Mortal Kombat?
What, like
live action and stuff?
It wasn't live action, but they did make a movie back in the day. It was an animated movie. It was the Tekken animated movie. It shows the story of Jin, which is like the main character who's got the scar across his chest because he gets tossed off a cliff by his dad, who's like the main bad guy with like the big long spiky hair that sticks out to the side. Can't remember his name. I saw that movie when I was young, and that solidified Tekken because it was just a badass movie. It was pretty graphic, pretty gory.
One of my favorite characters to play on that was Eddie, the capoeira.
Yeah, the capoeira dude. Yeah. So like, I have vivid memories of playing like Street Fighter with my dad late at night in Miami. We lived in Miami. We played Super Nintendo late at night, right? On weekends, we play Street Fighter, Mario Kart, all kinds of shit. So I grew up playing Street Fighter. But I think Tekken is what got me. I used to work at an arcade when I was 16. There's an arcade in Arizona called Golfland that had a water park attached to it called Sunsplash. And I worked the arcade pit, which is where all the games were. So I had the keys to the machines. So like, I'd have friends that would come in, hey, let me get like $10 on the game. Just I'd get in the button and click, 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 which comes in handy later in life. And then like I'd collect but I'd also like I'd scrape out the coins and shit too at the end of the night, and I'd walk around with like a pocket full of like tokens.
And that comes in handy later on in life too.
Yeah, make sure you keep your money.
Well, the scraping,
or you can pay for it.
Yeah.
So like somebody would say, hey, this thing ate a token, can I get a token? Click, there's a token. So after work, I'd have $10, $15 worth of tokens left over in my pocket from clearing out the boxes before, prime time. And I'd stay there after work and I'd play Tekken for hours, or another game, Initial D. You know what Initial D is?
Yeah.
So there was a video game for Initial D where you could pick a car, and the game had a printer, and it would print this car on a card for you. I had an RX-7 and an R32. And you put the card in the game when you played, and it read your stats and your data for your car. And as you built money up, you could add new parts to your car, and it would write that data on the card. You kept the card with you, and then when you came back, you got to smoke all the little fucking kids who thought they were badass. Show up like Dom Toretto fucking against Brian O'Connor in the first fucking Fast and Furious.
What game I've been kind of getting into?
What's that?
It's a race game called, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, Asphalt Legends.
I've heard of it. A buddy of mine played Asphalt 8 on his phone. I thought it was dumb, so I haven't played it. I'm a big Forza guy, though. I like Forza.
Yeah, this one is on Xbox Game Pass, and so I've been playing that, and it's pretty fun.
I haven't been on the Game Pass in a while. Like, I've been playing Starfield like crazy. I've at least got 75 hours in Starfield right now and haven't even gotten close to finishing the storyline.
Speaking of Starfield, let's say on that topic really quick. Okay, and I will say this. Pronouns are pretty stupid. Mm-hmm. Not the occasional who, what, when, like a person, place, or thing.
If you're appropriating a pronoun to speak in any type of first or third person.
Yeah, so one, I'll call you a Karen on this instance.
I'll take it.
I think it is kind of stupid to where the pronoun thing is mentioned in the beginning, but I wouldn't let it get to me because I don't think that it has been mentioned or brought up upon throughout the entirety of the game.
Well, see, now, if the people who had been quick to see my stream when I played it, there was a discussion that was made. I said I thought it was kind of dumb that I couldn't advance forward without picking this. I don't agree with the whole appropriating pronouns to speak about yourself in a first or second or third person or anything like that. I think it's kind of dumb. But I moved past it and I played the game regardless.
Yeah.
Because I have a background in video game design. I went to college for it. Sadly, I don't do it anymore. My life has taken different turns. I wanted to work for Bethesda when I was younger. It was like, that's what I want to do. That was my goal. Life takes you in different directions sometimes. Kids, just life, move states because you have to, because better job opportunities or just new starts in general. So being a Bethesda nerd and then being a space nerd, I was able to look past that. And in regards to our last episode, when I said that, I have my opinions, you're not going to argue with me on it, I think it needs to be clarified that I have had conversations about this subject. I have developed my own opinions and feelings based on this subject. And regardless of what argument that you present to me, you're not going to sway my decision. Those are my standpoints, and I feel like if I don't hold fast in my convictions, who am I to be, commentating on anybody's decisions?
Yeah. I don't know.
And I love the game, so fuck you.
It's a game, yeah. It's a fucking game. So, I don't know why it made me think about this, but when you mentioned about the pronouns and everything else, there is a percentage of people that have tried to transition over from male to female or female over to male, but they regretted that decision.
I've seen a lot of people talking about their detransitions.
Yeah, and so it's like they're being shunned out because of how they feel, and it goes against a certain people's prerogative. I'll say this: if you're gay on that basis, or lesbian on that basis, then you're gay or lesbian. I don't care, or bisexual, whatever that it is, or pansexual. But they realized that that was their base point. That they're gay, bi, or lesbian, whatever have you.
Yeah.
But they use that as a basis and then kind of carried it on from there. When people should be like, okay, are you sure you want to do this? Is it just because that you're gay or lesbian or something like that?
Yeah.
People should educate the people that were wanting to transition more on the fact that if you try to do this, you may regret it for the rest of your life, because there are some videos of dudes that have gone on into the surgery, had the surgery done, had their penises removed, and had
they're not necessarily removed.
Well, okay, but I mean, like, the hole is only about like 2 inches in diameter.
So I think the biggest. I'm speaking on, I guess, more generally my behalf. I'm not speaking for anybody else, but I think the biggest issue but I think the most confusing part is the surgery itself. They create an opening using your existing skin. They kind of take the insides of it out, flip it around like an inverted sausage casing. Yeah, it's kind of gross. And then they make an opening, and then you have to like dilate it. It never fully heals. It's not functional for the sense of pleasure. There have been lots of cases of incontinence, urinary incontinence, because, your urethra has been damaged. It's not supposed to be that way if it's not already that way. I mean, just because you make it something doesn't mean it is. And I've said it before. My grandpa used to say this all the time. Yeah. Just because you put a wig on a pig, it don't make it anything different than a pig.
Yeah.
And
just beautiful sausage or bacon at that point.
I had bacon this morning. It was good. It wasn't wearing a wig though. And like, I saw a video today that was kind of disturbing. I'm going to try to be as sensitive about this without trying to be a dickhead.
Yeah.
Only for the simple fact that I'm trying to convey the scene that I saw. Okay. A biological female who has had surgeries and hormone therapies to transition to a male has a baby. I'm going to leave you to decipher that one. The baby has latched onto a male's nipple. Now, this male has gone through surgeries and hormone therapies to be a woman. And he says that the baby... They say that the baby is latching on, but they are not able to produce any milk. And I feel bad for the baby because you're not feeding the baby.
Yeah, it's a natural instinct for a baby to want to latch on to the woman's nipple on the breast.
The biological male who is identifying... As a father, it hurts me. As a father. Not as just a person, or because I think it's wrong. As a father, that baby is not getting the nourishment it needs. Because the person who delivered it no longer has her mammary glands. Because they've gone through surgery to look like a man. But they had a baby just like a woman would. The man is trying to breastfeed this baby and specifically says the baby is able to latch on, but I'm not able to produce any milk. And it's like, why is somebody not stepping in at this point?
Yeah, like, why would... And here's the thing.
Do social services need to step in? Do you think social services should step in on a situation like that?
Yeah. And here's my thing, too. Who taught this dude? Who was their teacher? I agree in a sense that teachers should be paid more, but if you're producing an educational system to where a man can think that they can produce milk themselves,
I question the same thing. And it brings up another thing that I saw today.
Okay.
You're back.
Weird. This is so fucking weird.
Now your mic is on.
What the hell?
Now your mic is on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you, but you're coming out of the fucking computer now.
Okay.
Anyway, apparently there is this teacher who is a drag queen, and he asked his students to go check out his drag queen profile, where they were met with nudity and obscene, explicit acts between two males. Like, if it was two females, it's not something a teacher should be showing his students. And he's a fucking teacher. And he said, yeah, you go check out my drag queen profile. And it's like, dick.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids seeing that shit.
I will say this, the difference between now, today's world, and back then was that once we were over, say, like a sex ed course, they would use a drawing, like animation type of stuff. Not anything where it's like looks like a real thing. You know?
I mean, to be honest with you, there's something that Ron DeSantis did here in Florida that I agreed with. I got a lot of heat for it, and I still agree with it, heat or not. A child in kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, maybe around fifth, sixth grade when kids start, developing. I don't think anything lower than that should be worried about any kind of sexual education or gender education of any kind. It's not detrimental to their development as functioning students. My daughter needs to learn her ABCs, her 1, 2, 3s, how to add, how to subtract, how to spell. That's it for right now, because she's only 7.
I'm going to create this into a YouTube short. I saw John Fitterman try to make fun of Fitterman, or you know who I'm talking about, Fitterman?
Stutterman?
What was that?
Stutterman?
No, the Fitterman, the tall.
Yeah, Stutterman. Yeah, Stutterman.
So
the 75 million. The how many yachts?
I saw him. I saw Fitterman try to mock DeSantis, saying that he runs his campaign just like how I dress, and I think it was Brandon Herrera that ratioed him really hard. But I added it in that your whole political career is pretty much your porn video.
I mean,
messy and ugly.
There's another. Apparently, she's a Republican. I don't know her affiliation. But her and her husband have an OnlyFans account, and she tells her followers to leave donations because it's for a good cause, and I guess that's what she uses for her campaign money, which is funny. I mean, at least she's not in some scandal with another married dude. Like, she's doing it with her husband. I guess that's kind of wholesome. But at the same time, like, I think if you're running for public office, you shouldn't be fucking your husband on camera for donations.
So I've heard.
That's just me.
I heard a dude watch. Was it The Rock came back to WWE SmackDown, and I heard someone say everyone's giving him a huge pop. But did we forget about Maui?
Well, do you know why he went back to WWE?
What's that? Oh, yeah, he went to. I heard that he was supposed to be locked in for WrestleMania.
Mm-mm. Well, no, that's not it. What was it? I just had my train of thought. Universal cut his contract. They're no longer working with The Rock for his movies and stuff. Like they've cut his contract.
Really?
Well, I mean, his last like 2 movies apparently were some pretty big flops. He did Jungle Cruise with Disney, and Disney and Universal. It's kind of the same bedfellows, and it flopped horribly. And there's been some other stuff, but yeah, they cut his contract, and I guess because he has no like direct income now, he had to go back to WWE. And if that's the case, that sucks because he may not have been the best actor in the world, but I grew up watching The Rock when he first started wrestling, and he was always, he was Stone Cold's. I'm redneck as fuck, I know. Yeah. He was Stone Cold's rival, and I always enjoyed those matchups because I was young and didn't know that wrestling was, set up and shit because I was stupid. Yeah. As I got older, I knew better, but like back in those days, it was different,
Yeah.
So like
several people that are pissed off at Oprah and The Rock. Bring up a good point. They donated a whole bunch of money to help out, but at the same time, they're asking people that are really going through it to donate to a certain cause. Which, if you choose to donate, by all means, it helps out with people. But if you're struggling, the way I look at it is this: you hear that Oprah Winfrey hired firefighters to protect her land about a couple of days before, I think it was a day or 2 before the fire incidences started happening.
I did not know that. I have to say kudos to them for, putting up their money. They make plenty of it. Biden gave everyone, $700 one time? If that's the case, if they've even gotten it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can understand asking the common folk like us to, hey, if you could help. I mean, it sucks. It was bad. Like, there's a lot of weird circumstances. I've seen a lot of there's a directed energy weapon. Notice how all the houses are burnt, but all the trees are still standing. Blah blah blah. And it's like, I don't think that was the case, but whatever. There's a lot of weird stuff. So I mean, it's good that they did something. It's better than what our own fucking president's doing.
So I'm gonna reach this superstition here.
Give billions to fucking Ukraine, but we can't help the people in Maui. It's fucking weird.
I'm gonna reach into some superstition here. Not like I believe in Bigfoot or anything.
Hey, I believe in Bigfoot.
It's whatever. But I've heard this thing to where people are starting to think that satellites are now beaming lasers down to
sharks with freaking laser beams.
You ever heard of this?
I saw there's a video that went viral. It went around for a while, but it shows a beam of energy or a light of some kind hitting the ground after the Maui videos or after the Maui fire. Like, that's what I was telling you about. Like that, I've seen that video. It compels the discussion, definitely. I think it's still science fiction as far as our technology. Yeah. I believe they're working on it? Absolutely. If it was a test, boy, if we ever find out it was, there's going to be some repercussions within the federal government. Yeah. Because if it's our own federal government doing that, boogaloo, boys.
Bring back the boogaloo.
Yeah, it's just that would be something weird. Do I think we're capable of it? I think that we are definitely working towards that. Just because, laser technology has advanced in the last 30 years tremendously.
And that's what kind of scares me in a sense of, like, you got to think, too, because during the 90s, '88. I was born in 1988, and primarily during that time, we were still using cassettes.
Yeah.
It was probably about a good 10 or so years, about probably CDs. 9 years that we needed to move over to CDs.
Do you remember the mini discs?
Yeah.
The Sony mini disc players? Those things are fucking cool. I like those.
But now it's like we're not even using CDs anymore. We're not even using DVDs.
It's all on my phone. Right there. Spotify.
Yeah. It's all up on our apps and stuff. We can just... I kind of miss CD players, though. It's a scary transition. It makes me kind of feel old. But I know it's stuff that's being revolutionary and very, very fast. All I have to say is that kids should, especially nowadays, reach out and touch grass.
Mm-hmm. I have a cart on eBay of like retro items that I grew up with that I would love to get back. Like I've got a Sega Game Gear in there, like the old. It was like the big fucking Nintendo Switch from back in like the '90s, full color screen. 128-bit graphics. It was fucking amazing. I had one of those when I was a kid. So I've got one of those in my cart. I've got one of the Digimon Tamagotchi fucking toys. The Digivices. I got one of those in there. And I have one of the Sony Discmans in there. And like just stuff that I want. I really want a Sony disc player again, like the mini disc player. The blue alien listening to the Cypress Hill music. So you want to be with the big ass fucking head? Yeah, that one. So that was the player. I used to have one of those when I was younger, and I fucking lost it, and I missed that goddamn thing, and I'm getting another one. I know I have a phone, and I have my earbud. I have my earbuds. But like it's that nostalgia.
I want to play. I want to find the. Oh my god!
It's like having a Dreamcast.
Long little fucking shit turd of a kid. I remember playing this arcade game from WWF at the time called the Wrestle Fest.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And that was a huge game. I want to bring back those games, like have like an arcade room with the man cave.
I mean, I told you a couple of days ago that I made a contact in the t-shirt world. I'm trying to get that contact to now get me in touch with the owner of the company that she works for, who does t-shirts and all that.
What if we made an arcade version of an Article 1776 shirt, like a Rambo?
I can come up with something.
Viewers, listeners, what do you think?
I can come up with something. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like an article, like an 18-bit Article 1776 shirt. I'm down.
Yeah.
But like, so I guess they're based out here in Clearwater. They ship nationally and internationally and stuff. They'll take care of the printing, the screen printing, the DTG, whatever we need. So we can get out from under what we're at now. Maybe get some headway. But like once we get our own facilities and stuff, I planned on making a man cave for the guys and the gals, like a play cave, if you will.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, I've been in talks with some people of mentioning like some factories, getting some factories up in New Jersey, and
the place that I'm telling you about, they have a warehouse in Jersey.
Yeah, because I was telling Jay's for Jess when we were over at your wedding.
Yeah.
She said to me that there's several abandoned factories that are up for sale. Like quite a few of them
all
have
over
been
the place.
People down here that we might make New Jersey our HQ.
Yeah, there's several places in my area alone that are for rent, that have the space. I would love to learn how to screen print and be able to do it all in-house. And I think I've been finding DTG printers, like direct-to-garment printers, for stupid cheap. I found one.
What I want to do is that, and I've heard this said a couple times on the Unsubscribed podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Black Rifle Coffee Company was for about a couple of years just mainly sticking to online business, which is in today's day and age is much.
So to protect the baby and prevent it.
Protect the kids. Protect the kids.
Protect the kids.
But as I was saying, Black Rifle Coffee Company started up as an online service delivery form, which is much needed because if you're going straight into brick and mortar, you are going to be facing some financial type of difficulties because thanks due to them starting about 3 years strictly online. It was I think it was 3 years after they first started.
I think 3 or 4.
They were finally able to open up their brick and mortar store. And I think now, from what I've heard, they're opening up 72 locations across the United States. And what's great, it's great that I see this. Every single one that I've heard of or at least seen, they bring up the property value of that neighborhood because then there's a Black Rifle Coffee Company moves in, and then all this, the establishment of the area just goes up and up and up.
Yeah, I mean, I own stock in Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah.
And
so that's what I kind of want to do with Article 1776. It's just to not make ourselves better, but make others around us better. Better for the country.
And we've always kind of gone to the point where it was going to be a while before we came up with a brick and mortar store. If anything, first we would start with a facility that we would produce in. And I think once we move up to Jersey and HQ up in there, and we find an area and then we get you out there. Even if you live in Pennsylvania and we do it in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania's a little more lax on their gun laws.
Can I share with you a little thing, just kind of a secret idea that I've always wanted to do?
Start a multi-family compound up in the mountains?
Yeah. It's just your wives, no.
Oh.
There's one place that I wouldn't mind having the location because I've looked at it for years as a very nice dream idea.
Colorado.
Place. That too, but no, Franklin, Tennessee.
I've got family in Johnson City.
Yeah, Franklin, Tennessee is very much. It's kind of expensive to live there, but it's very much just a small town area. That would be one place that I would love to have our first few brick and mortar stores for Article 1776.
Absolutely. I would rather do a small town than some asshole big city.
If we get big enough for the brick and mortar store to move to other places, I could see it Countryside Mall. I could see it, do that. That would make sense.
Man, the fucking store in Savannah, Georgia for Black Rifle. Not the one that we went to, but the one that I went to the day before. Or a few days before. That was a beautiful store. Beautiful location. Right on the waterfront in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have something like that one day.
What do you think about the military changing the names of their bases? Like Fort Bragg and all that stuff.
I think it's dumb. You know what else is dumb? We lost an F-35. Apparently they found it. Apparently they found it.
Marine pilot.
Yeah, apparently he ejected due to bad weather, but there was no bad weather in the area. It's kind of weird.
Did they say why it was like a malfunction, or what was it like a
sensors caused it to malfunction because something about weather, which I don't believe. Apparently, they found the crash site somewhere in North Carolina.
So it wasn't technically, it wasn't the pilot's fault. It was the mechanics.
I have no idea. I don't have all the information on it just yet.
Well, you know,
I just found out that they apparently found the wreckage. So,
you know what? One company will never crash its love for freedom. That was horrible.
I mean, it's a running title.
Yeah.
Article 1776, baby, you know the deal. Damn, made in America.
Right. So, shop at article1776.com, as you see on his lovely little sleeve there. Copy up the clothes of freedom, and you can use all the discount codes in the description below.
Guns, bacon, whiskey, freedom!
Scottsdale, please give them your socials.
Scottsdale87 on Twitch and Twitter, unless you're communist Instagram. And then it's Scottsdale_87.
X.
I don't fucking do that shit. There's actually a poll. 75% of users still call X Twitter.
I need to work on the company X profile. But we do have Instagram. All the stuff. You can find a link to my socials in the description below. Guys, I want to say thank you all so much for watching, listening on Spotify,
Google Podcasts,
RSS.com,
your mom's house.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought as soon as you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Something about their mom. Scottsdale, do you have a dad joke of the day?
You know, I did, and I lost it. I really did. Like, I had one. I heard it the other day. I was like, that's a good dad joke. It wasn't, apparently wasn't that good, but it made me laugh at the time.
That's what she said. I don't know. But guys, thank you all so much. We love y'all, and pay attention for possibly tomorrow, because there might be another gun facts video coming from yourself, or myself, yours truly, here.
I'm working on one.
Sense.
I'm working on one.
Yeah. So, but I'll have one out possibly by tomorrow, if not the next day. So pay attention to that. And I want to say thank you all so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.